Am I wrong in saying that he wasn't alone, because here there are millions or billions of angels watching on to see what's going to happen? And at the other side there are billions of demons watching on to see what's going to happen? This is the gateway, not into just the greatest tragedy. It was not a tragedy. Well, it was tragic in the sense that men had no more sense than to deal with him this way. But you remember that Herod said to him, listen, you watch your step, because I'll take your life from you. And Jesus looks at him so calmly and says, no man takes my life from me. I have power to lay it down. And when it comes, I'll lay it down. And you know what? I'll take it up again. You know, that must have shocked him. I'd like to have taken his pulse after he heard that. He must have been diddling, saying, what, am I going to get rid of him? Is he going to pull some magic? You see, they were suspicious of him because all through his life he'd shown dominion. He reverses every law. He comes into the world without a father. He walks on the water. Nobody else has done that I know of. He had power over demons. He cast out devils. He had power over sickness. He had power over insanity. He raises Jairus' daughter from the dead, and he raised Lazarus from the dead. And I think underneath there's a great suspicion here that Jesus is going to pull something off. In fact, I'm quite sure about it. Why do you send 16 soldiers to guard a tomb? I'll give you my picture next week, next Friday night, on unsealing that tomb. But let me remind you of this, that the stone was not rolled away to let Jesus out of the tomb. He was out a long while before that. The stone was rolled away to let the disciples go in, not to let him out. But again, I remind you, after 3 years of tutoring, that there wasn't one person. I think that was the greatest shock in the life of Jesus. I think this shocked Jesus, that they went to sleep. I think they often shocked him by their unbelief and bad attitudes. But the resurrection morning, when he'd broken the gates of death, when he'd led captivity captive and given gifts unto men, and there wasn't a single person there. Mercy, I would have thought blind Bartimaeus would have been there. I would have thought the woman at the well would have been there. But come on, don't look so conceited tonight. How many times do you wake up in the morning, even Sabbath day or any day, and say, he's risen, he's alive, and because he's alive, I shall live today? Don't blame the world for not believing it. Every day should be a celebration. We're not of the world. How's the weather today? Oh, I think I need an extra coat or something. What's the traffic like? Oh, it's the 20s jammed up just before you get into Dallas, and something else is wrong. And you know, we get as much junk loaded on us as though we were just ordinary folk. We're not ordinary. You may be, but I ain't. I'm extraordinary. I'm a prince with God. You're a princess with God. Why sweat about the world and what it's doing? We don't have to get victory. We should have victory already in Jesus Christ. Now here he is alone in Gethsemane. The disciples have gone to sleep. What do I see in him? I see his majesty. We think of majesty just in a sense of authority. Well, as I've said, he's already celebrated that majesty. Power over death,